So apparently, flirting has rules, but no one ever sent me the handbook. Because tell me why this woman, who's very much taken, keeps sending me all these confusing signals. You know the type. One moment, she's acting normal, totally casual, and the next, there's this undeniable spark in the air. If you've ever found yourself thinking, wait, is she into me? Or am I just imagining things? Stick around, because today, I'm breaking down the 10 signs a woman secretly wants you. By the end of this video, you'll have absolute clarity on whether she's just being friendly, or if there's something deeper going on. And if you stay till the end, I've got a bonus sign that's even more revealing than the first 10. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Welcome to Emma, your go-to channel for real, relatable advice on the beautiful chaos of love and relationships. Sign number 1, her voice softens around you. A woman's voice reveals more than her words ever will. And that's not just me saying it. Studies in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior confirm that women unconsciously change their tone when they're speaking to someone they're attracted to. It's subtle, softer, warmer, sometimes even a little breathy. And no, she's not catching a cold. Here's what to notice. How does she sound when she's talking to others? Firm, neutral, maybe even a bit sharp? But when she talks to you, does her voice drop just a little? Do her words come out smoother, softer, almost melodic? That's the tell. Picture this. You're in a group conversation. She's chatting normally, clear and direct. But when she turns to you, her voice lowers, the edges soften. Maybe she even laughs more. And here's the thing. That laughter, it's not always about the joke, it's about you. Research shows laughter often signals comfort and attraction, especially when she giggles at things that aren't even that funny. Now, to be fair, some women are naturally soft-spoken, but if her tone changes noticeably when you're around, that's not random. That's instinct. Sign number 2. She makes subtle changes to her appearance. Here's the truth. Women don't dress up for everyone. They put in extra effort for the one who matters. If she starts paying a little more attention to her look whenever you're around, notice that. And I'm not talking about a dramatic overnight makeover. It's the small things, the tiny details she assumes no one will catch. Maybe she starts fixing her hair more often, adds a touch of perfume, or puts together outfits that feel just a little more polished. Those small adjustments aren't accidents. They're signals. Maybe her outfit looks a little more put together. Her makeup's a touch more refined. Or you catch the faintest trace of perfume when she walks by. It's subtle, but make no mistake, it's intentional. Now, here's where things get interesting. Ever notice her fixing her hair while she's talking to you? Or adjusting her clothes mid-conversation? That's not random. That's a subconscious sign of attraction. When a woman likes someone, she naturally wants to look her best in their presence. It's not about vanity, it's about attention. Let's put that in perspective. Say you see her at work, school, or the gym, places where people usually dress for comfort, not style. If she used to keep things casual, but now there's just more effort, her hair styled, a touch of gloss, maybe even better posture, that's not coincidence. It's a sign she cares about how you see her. Now, don't get it twisted. This doesn't mean every woman who looks good around you is secretly into you. But if her appearance seems to shift, specifically when she knows you'll be around, that's a clue you shouldn't ignore. All right, let's move to sign number 2. She gives you forbidden compliments. And sign number 3, she finds ways to be near you. Where attention goes, energy flows. If she's always around you, trust me, it's not by accident. Attraction isn't just something people feel. It's something they act on. One of the clearest signs of interest is proximity. If she keeps positioning herself close to you, finding reasons to be in your space, or coincidentally bumping into you, that's her body following her feelings. Think about it. She used to sit across the room. Now she's suddenly next to you. You start running into her at your favourite coffee shop, at the gym during your usual hours, or even by your desk at work. It's almost like she's just there. But it's not random. When someone's drawn to you, they want to be near you. And no, she's not tracking your every move like a secret agent. But attraction has gravity. People naturally orbit around those they like, even when they don't realise it. And here's something subtle but powerful. Pay attention to whether she lingers. After a conversation, does she hang around a little longer than she needs to? Or in group settings, does she somehow end up beside you? Again, that's not coincidence. That's interest in motion. She naturally drifts toward your side. If you've started noticing that she consistently places herself in your space, especially when she doesn't have to, that's not something to ignore. See, when it comes to attraction, nothing is ever truly accidental. A woman who's into you will find small, almost invisible ways to close the distance. It could be a casual brush against your arm, picking lint off your shirt, or a playful tap when she's laughing. These tiny touches might seem harmless, but they're powerful signals. Here's why. The human brain is wired to respond to touch, especially from someone we're drawn to. Psychology research shows that physical contact releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. And if she's making any excuse to touch you, even subtly, she's building that bond unconsciously. Now let's be real. You know when a touch feels different. Maybe her hand lingers on your arm just a second longer than necessary. Maybe her fingers graze your back as she walks by, or she playfully nudges you over something silly, something she wouldn't do with just anyone. The key here is frequency. One accidental touch could mean nothing, but if it keeps happening, especially when there's no reason for it, she's communicating interest without saying a word. Here's a little test. Next time you're around her, try a light, casual touch, maybe on her forearm during conversation. If she leans in, smiles, or touches you back in any way, that's a major green light. Because attraction isn't just spoken, it's felt. And subtle physical touch is one of the strongest signs of all. Sign number 5. She acts differently around you. When a woman likes you, she might not say it outright, but she'll always show it. People are creatures of habit. We act the same around most others. But when someone we're attracted to walks in, that consistency shifts. If she suddenly becomes more playful, shy, or even a little nervous around you, that's not random. That's her emotions talking. Now, let's break this down. When a woman's behaviour shifts around you, it can go in a few different directions. Some women get nervous, fidgeting with their hands, playing with their hair, or stumbling over words. Others turn playful, teasing you, cracking jokes, or giving you a level of engagement they don't offer anyone else. And then there are those who become more attentive, asking deeper questions, leaning in when you speak, or giving you that focused kind of attention that feels rare. Here's a quick way to test it. Watch how she acts with everyone else. Is she confident and relaxed around others, but suddenly more reserved or self-conscious around you? Or maybe she's usually calm and neutral, but when you're near, she becomes extra expressive. Her energy shifts, her eyes light up, her presence feels different. Picture this. You're in a group conversation. She's relaxed, talking casually, but the moment you step in, she either perks up or goes quiet. Maybe she starts playing with her necklace or touching her lips. That's not coincidence. That's her subconscious reacting to your presence. Attraction disrupts normal behavior. When you notice these subtle shifts, you start to see that she's revealing far more than she's saying. Sign number 4, eye contact that lingers just a little too long. The eyes rarely lie when it comes to attraction. If you really want to know how she feels, don't focus on her words. Watch her eyes. Science backs this up. Research published in the Journal of Research and Personality found that prolonged eye contact increases feelings of connection and attraction. So, what should you look for? 3 things: frequent glances, long eye contact, and dilated pupils. Let's start with glances. If she keeps looking at you when she thinks you're not paying attention, then quickly looks away when you catch her, that's a strong sign. It's instinct. We stare at what we're drawn to, whether it's a person, a beautiful view, or our favourite dessert. Next, eye contact. If she locks eyes with you for just a second longer than normal, she's letting you in emotionally. A study in psychological science found that sustained eye contact can actually trigger a chemical reaction in the brain that makes 2 people feel more emotionally connected. And finally, pupil dilation. It's subtle, but it's real. When we see someone we're attracted to, our pupils naturally expand. It's a split-second unconscious response. Try this. Next time you're talking to her, hold eye contact just a heartbeat longer than usual. If she holds it too, even for a fraction of a second, she's telling you everything you need to know, without saying a word. If you're finding value in this video, take a quick moment to like it and subscribe to our channel. Your support doesn't just help us grow, it makes you a vital part of our journey. We truly appreciate every single one of you. Now, let's get back to it. Sign number 7. She dives into deep questions. People who don't care about you rarely go beyond surface-level talk. But when a woman is genuinely interested, she won't stay in the shallow end of conversation. She'll start asking questions that reveal who you really are. Attraction isn't just physical, it's emotional. And emotional attraction shows up in curiosity. Think about your conversations with her. Does she just ask, "How was your weekend?" Or does she go deeper with questions like, "If money wasn't an issue, what would you spend your life doing?" Or, "What's the best decision you've ever made?" That difference might seem small, but it's everything. A woman who's merely being polite won't care enough to explore your inner world. But a woman who's truly drawn to you will want to understand your dreams, your values, your past, the man behind the surface. And here's where it gets even more telling. Pay attention to how she responds. Does she just nod and move on? Or does she lean in, ask follow-ups, and get emotionally invested in what you're saying? When that happens, you'll notice something powerful. She starts to open up too. That emotional exchange isn't random, it's connection. And it's one of the clearest signs she's feeling something real. Sharing personal details? That's not casual conversation, that's connection. So next time you're talking to her, pay attention to what kind of questions she's asking. If she's going deeper than surface-level small talk, she's not just being friendly, she's interested. Sign number 8. Subtle flashes of jealousy. Jealousy is emotion unfiltered. It reveals what words try to hide. Even if she's taken, she's not immune to it. And if she likes you, that feeling slips through in micro-reactions. Here's the tricky part. She'll never admit she's jealous. That wouldn't make sense given her situation. Instead, it shows up in tiny, fleeting moments. Say you casually mention another woman, a coworker, a friend, or maybe a date. Watch how she reacts. Does her tone shift just a little? Does she downplay the other woman? Maybe say, "Oh, she doesn't seem like your type," or "She looks like she's high maintenance." That's not random. That's a reaction. Or maybe she jokes, "Wow, she must be special for you to bring her up." But there's a hint of tension in her voice. Sometimes jealousy goes quiet. She suddenly changes the subject. Or she starts talking about her guy, almost like she's reminding you she's taken. That's emotional camouflage, because jealousy isn't logical, it's instinctive. And when you notice those subtle shifts, her silence, her tone, her sudden distance, you're not imagining it. Her words may deny it, but her reactions tell another story. Sign number 9. Her body language tells the truth. Words can lie, body language can't. A woman might never say she's into you, especially if she's already with someone, but her body will always give her away. Attraction leaks through the subconscious. She'll lean in closer, mirror your movements, playfully tease you with just the right amount of tension. Her eyes linger a little too long. Her body stays open and relaxed around you. These are instinctive cues, the kind that say interest without ever saying a word, because no matter what she says, her body always speaks the truth. Now, let's break down the signs. Have you ever noticed her tilting her head slightly while listening to you? That small gesture isn't random. It's a classic sign of interest and engagement. Or maybe you've seen her subtly mirror your movements. You cross your arms, she crosses hers. You lean in, she leans in too. Mirroring is one of the most powerful subconscious behaviors that shows emotional connection and comfort. Pay attention to her positioning in group settings too. If she consistently faces you, even when she's surrounded by others, it's a clear indicator of where her attention truly lies. And here's a detail most men overlook: her feet. If they're pointed toward you, even when she's talking to someone else, that's her body's way of saying, "You have my focus." Now, a subtle but powerful one: exposed neck and wrists. These are vulnerable areas, and when a woman instinctively reveals them around you, it's her body's way of saying, "I feel safe and open in your presence." Words can be filtered, but body language, it's raw, it's real, and it never lies. And that brings us to sign number 10. She's emotionally invested in you. Physical attraction is one thing. Emotional investment? That's where true connection begins. When she starts showing genuine care for your well-being, your thoughts, your moods, your wins and struggles, that's when you know you've become more than just another guy in her orbit. Watch how she remembers the small details. Your favourite coffee, that big presentation you mentioned weeks ago, or something you said in passing. Those aren't coincidences. They're reflections of how much she values you. Or maybe she checks in. If she knows you had a rough day, she asks how you're holding up. When something good happens, she's one of the first to celebrate with you. She doesn't have to do that. She wants to. That's emotional investment in action. And then there's vulnerability. When she opens up about her fears, her past, or her dreams, things she doesn't share with just anyone, that's her letting you into her inner world. Because when a woman invites you into her emotions, it's not by accident. It's because she wants you there. So ask yourself this: does she treat you like everyone else? Or like someone who truly matters? Sign number 8. She over-explains her relationship to you. Now, ask yourself this: is she just being polite, or does she genuinely care about your thoughts, your feelings, and your well-being? If it's the latter, she's more emotionally invested in you than she's willing to admit. If you've made it this far, drop "I see the signs" in the comments. Let's see who's really paying attention. Bonus sign: she finds reasons to text or call you. People don't just reach out at random. They reach out because they care. When a woman feels a real pull toward you, she'll create reasons to stay in contact. Even if she's in a relationship, even if she knows she shouldn't, that attraction will still find a way to show itself. and it won't always be obvious. It might come as a harmless message, a meme, an inside joke, or a casual check-in. On the surface, it seems friendly. But underneath, it's her way of keeping the connection alive. Maybe she texts, "I just saw something that reminded me of you." Think about that. If she's already with someone, why is her mind wandering back to you? That's not coincidence. That's emotion speaking. Then there's the classic checking in text. Maybe you told her about a big presentation or a trip coming up, and a few days later she asks, "Hey, how did that go?" Sounds innocent, right? But people only check in on things. And people they truly care about. And don't ignore the missed call or the accidental dial. She might say she pressed the wrong button or needed your opinion on something small. But the truth is, she just wanted to hear your voice. Here's the bottom line. A woman who feels nothing for you won't go out of her way to message you, especially if she's already committed to someone else. But if she keeps finding reasons to reach out, even subtle ones, it's because she doesn't want to lose that connection. Now, you know the 10 forbidden signs that a woman might be into you, even if she's taken. But remember, awareness doesn't mean action. Attraction is powerful, but it's also complicated. Recognize the signs, respect the boundaries, and lead with wisdom. Sign number 9. She remembers the little things about you, and that's where the deeper layers of attraction begin. If this video gave you value, hit that like button. It helps more people discover content like this. Subscribe for more high-value insights, turn on notifications so you never miss out, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. We've got another powerful video waiting for you. Click it now, and I'll see you there.